Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year! It's 2018, which means I'm going to be kicking off the new year with a little get ready with me sort of tutorial, but it's going to be a little bit chatty using all of my favorite, most used products of 2017. Starting off with skincare, moving all the way through to like after products and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So like I said, we're kicking this off with skincare, and my absolute favorite mask of the year has to be, without a doubt, the Sand and Sky Pink Purifying Clay Mask. Now this mask literally changed my skin. Like, a lot of masks, you use them and then your skin feels great, but you don't really see a difference. You instantly see a difference with this, and I highly recommend this product. I can't fault it. The packaging is nice, it smells good, it feels good, it works, which is the main thing. I just really love this product. So if you haven't tried it, highly suggest that you go and do so. So we're going to start off with a mask today. Because this works so well, it literally minimizes your pores and smooths all your skin, and I want a really nice base for today, so that's why I thought I would start off with this today. And as you can see, this has been well loved. I literally don't have much of it left. I probably will finish it today, but I will 100% be getting myself another one. I was actually lucky enough to be gifted this one because I got to work with Sand and Sky last year, 2017. They were a great company to work with, really nice people, and this product is bomb, so can't complain with that. Like I said, I did get to work with them, so this product was sent to me, but I would honestly spend my money on this. Like, it is such a good product that I don't think I've tried any other face mask that works as good. So I'll definitely be buying this one for myself and making sure that I'm well stocked, because I do see that it's sold out a lot. Okay, so we're all done, and another great thing about this clay mask is that you literally only have to leave it on for 10 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do, leave it on for 10 minutes and I'm going to wash it off and I'll be back. If you guys are interested in hearing more about this mask and like more about the ingredients and stuff, I'll leave my first impression of it up here for you. Okay, now that my skin is baby smooth, I am going to go in with sort of the products that I use after I've washed my face and it's all clean and I'm kind of prepping it for makeup. So next thing that I do is going with a bit of a toner mist. My absolute favorite one of this year has got to be the Edible Beauty Citrus Rhapsody Toner Mist. The mist just comes out so beautifully, and everyone that I ever use this on, if I'm doing their makeup, is like, oh my god, it smells so beautiful. And it literally is beautiful. Like, that's the best word I can use to describe it. It's just beautiful. The best thing about this is, as the name suggests, Edible Beauty is completely natural. You could literally ingest this, you could eat it and you'd be fine, because it's so pure and so good for you and it's all natural, which is really good for stuff like skincare, which I really like. Even though I do put a lot of stuff on my face, like makeup and stuff like that, when it comes to skincare, I really want to keep it as simple as possible, and I think sticking to natural products is a really good idea. So that's why I've been loving this toner mist. It's also a really good makeup setting spray because it's got citrus in it. It really helps to control oil on the skin. So if you've got oily skin, give this one a try. It's really good. You can pick it up at Sephora. Another one from Edible Beauty is their Vanilla Silk Hydrating Lotion. Now, not only does this smell amazing, it literally smells like lemon meringue pie. It smells so good. Again, it's all natural, completely edible. But it's really hydrating without leaving like an oily residue or clogging your pores, which is what I really love about it. Oh my god, it smells so good. I just want to eat it. It smells so good, but I don't think I should. Even though it's edible, I don't think it would taste as nice as it smells, is what I'm trying to say. But it's, oh, I just love it. So good. It was amazing while I was in Hamilton Island. I was like, oh, this sun is just going to destroy my skin, but it completely didn't. This has helped so much to keep it nice and hydrated. And I also put this on Harry's sunburnt nose, and it helped it so much, like the redness went away the next day. So it's really nice and hydrating. You may also notice I'm so much more freckly now from being in the sun. Like, all my freckles have come out, which tells me that I definitely got a lot of sun while I was away, but I didn't get burnt. So sunscreen is important, and hydration. This is a really, really good moisturizer. If you're looking for a new one, again, you can get this from Sephora. Moving on into primers. Now, a lot of you know I'm not really a primer kind of gal. Sort of tend to skip the priming process normally. I've never really found a primer that's kind of wowed me until 2017 when I stumbled across the Mecca Lit From Within Illuminating Primer. You guys, this is so good. So good. It's like, I don't know, it just makes your skin feel so smooth, and it's that right amount of illumination where if you're someone who doesn't even like to wear foundation, you could literally just put this on your skin and you'd look like a glowing, beautiful angel fairy princess. Like, it's so pretty. I freaking love it. So I'm really happy that I stumbled across this. It was an absolute fluke. You guys may have seen my birthday video. I went into Mecca when it was my birthday because I was going to pick up my beauty loop box, and this came with it. And I was like, oh my god, I found what I've been looking for. Like, I have been wanting a primer to do this. It gives your skin a silky smooth finish without it like leaving any weird residue that's gonna kind of sort of hinder the whole makeup application process. But see how it just like leaves your skin so glowy, but without looking like it's sitting on the skin. It literally, as the name suggests, it's like you're glowing from within. It's so pretty, and it's really hydrating as well. Oh, I just love this. Where has it been all my life? If you guys don't have this, I highly recommend trying it. It's so, so good, especially if you love a dewy finish or you're all about that glow. This is where it's at. I'm definitely going to make sure that I am well stocked up with this. Amazing. Love it. Now for foundation, it probably doesn't come as much of a surprise, but my favorite foundation of 2017 was definitely the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. Now, this has probably been my favorite foundation for the past 2 or 3 years. I have not found anything that beats it. I'm really into trying new things, and I definitely want to push myself in 2018 to try more foundations. An impulse purchase for me is something like a highlighter, but I would never go in and be like, oh, I've got to get that foundation, because it's really hard to tell in store if a foundation is really going to work for you. So I tend to kind of just stick to the ones I know, and then when it comes to trying new makeup, I get like palettes and highlighters and things like that. So I really want to try this year to branch out and try more foundations. But for now, this has been my absolute favorite. I just love it. I also think their shade range just works really well for me. There's about 2 or 3 actually that I can wear when I'm like pale, when I am how I am now, and then if I'm like super fake tanned. It just works. It's just my favorite. I don't know. I love it. There's something about this foundation's finish as well. It just, I don't know, it never looks too cakey, but it's still enough coverage. I don't know if you can really see on camera what I mean, but it always just looks like skin. If you guys want to see more on this foundation, I have a review and like a beauty battle where I tried the liquid version and the stick version of the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. So if that's something that is of interest to you, I will make sure that I leave it up here. You can click on over to that and watch that next, or watch it now and come back, whatever you want to do. Another great thing about this foundation is that it photographs beautifully. I don't know what it is, but you take flash photography, you can take just a phone, like a picture on your phone. Even in bad lighting, this foundation photographs really, really nicely, so cannot fault it. You guys may also be wondering what ever happened to that $300 La Prairie foundation. Do I still use it? Do I still like it? Was it worth it? Well, yes, it's a beautiful foundation. I do really, really like it. But I actually ended up giving it to my mama bear. My mum's skin tone is a lot darker than mine. I don't really know why, because she uses the same fake tan as I do. We both use Loving Tan, and I don't know, she just has a different skin tone to me, and it just worked so much better for her, so gave it to my mum. So it's getting a lot of love. Did not go to waste. $300 well spent. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my brows, which I normally do off camera, but because this is a wrap up of all my favorite products, I'm gonna do it on camera for you. But without a doubt, my absolute favorite brow product ever for 2017, but also like that I've ever tried ever, was definitely the Benefit Ka-Brow. I use this baby every single day. However, I don't actually use the little brush. I used to use the brush all the time, but I think just because I use it every day, it's a little bit tired. So I'm actually using an Anastasia brush today, and this is the Anastasia number 20 brow brush, I guess you'd call it. My favorite thing about this brow pomade is not only that it's super easy to work with, like I just find it really easy to apply, but because it's so easy, it's so quick. Like you can just get it done so quickly. And I found that like my brow routine's gotten a lot faster. It doesn't take me 20 minutes just to do my brows, it takes me like 2. I also find this color perfect. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It matches my natural hair color really nicely. I can't really fault the color at all. If you're wondering what color I use number 3. So I think all of the odd numbers, so like 1, 3, 5 are all cool tones, and then 2, 4, 6 are warm tones. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how they worked it. They have like cooler tones and warmer tones in the range. So I kind of just prefer a cooler toned eyebrow because naturally, like my natural hair color has a little bit of a reddish tinge to it, which I'm not really into. So I prefer to have more of a cooler toned brow than like an orange brow. So I usually use Ka-Brow over my entire eyebrow, and then I go in with their 3D brow tones. And for me, the 3D brow tones just adds a little bit of dimension to the brow and kind of just keeps it in place. It's not really a setting product, so it's not going to set your brows in place, but it kind of just gives them a little bit of dimension and gets them in shape. And then that's pretty much it. If you want to see a little bit more in-depth tutorial, I will leave it up here for you. Now jumping away from the face, I'm going to hop into eyes, and we're going to go in with my most used palette of 2017. Now it was very difficult for me to pick number 1 palette for 2017, and I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for my most used, my most reached for, my most traveled with, the one that just never did me wrong and I could always count on it, and I knew it was gonna be awesome. You probably guessed what it is. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I went to Melbourne with this, I went to New Zealand with this, I took this with me to Hamilton Island. This just has everything I need in it, the colors are right, and I've definitely used it to death. As you can see, it's very well loved, especially this shade here. I just thought in terms of like a palette that I would highly recommend to anyone, and I feel like anyone could use it. It blends well, the colors are great to work with, it's a good constructed palette. Like you've got the right amount of shimmers with mattes and creased colors, and it's easy to navigate. I just thought Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, definitely a winner for me. I know that Anastasia didn't have a great run with products this year. There are a few product launches that were not very well received, I want to say. I didn't actually end up trying any of them, which is a little bit disappointing for me because Anastasia is literally one of my favorite brands of all time. And I have so many ABH products, like from lip products to brow products to highlighters, eyeshadows, things like that. It's an amazing brand. It was a bit of a shame to see so many people not really enjoying the products that were launched this year. So whew, I'm hoping that maybe 2018 there'll be something that I really want to purchase, but I didn't really make any Anastasia purchases this year. Every year I like to think that I get in on all of the new product launches and stuff for different brands, and I'm always trying new things from different brands and supporting my favorite brands and everything like that, but I don't know, I just couldn't get on board with Anastasia this year. I just wasn't feeling it. I did, however, purchase the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette this year, which there are a few things I didn't quite like about it, which is why I didn't pick it for my best of 2017 or most used. I did use it a lot, I did reach for it a lot, but there are just a few things about it that weren't quite there for me, but I definitely don't regret it. It's a great palette, and if you're a warm tone lover, then you definitely like that palette. You know who's actually been a really close contender as well for me this year is BH Cosmetics. I have gotten a few products from them this year and damn, they're really freaking good. I was like, shit, their quality of eyeshadow is really good. Really, really affordable brand, and their products are really good. So if you're looking for something affordable but still good, they really impressed me this year as like a brand that I was kind of like, okay, right, like I see you, I see what you're doing. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some darker shades and try and deepen this up a bit, smoke it out. So I'm trying to make this look kind of smoky. I haven't had the opportunity to go all out with makeup for quite some time, so excuse me if I get a little bit carried away, but I'm just a bit excited. I'm not too worried about any fallout at the moment because we haven't finished off the rest of the face, so we're all good. Now, I literally could not finish this video without mentioning the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows. They launched in 2017 and oh my god, were they a game changer. I remember when these first launched, I was like, I have to have every single shade. And there has never been another product for quite some time where I was like, not only do I need the product, but I need every shade. Give it to me. Give me everything. These were the biggest game changer. It's made applying glitter so easy for beginners. Really quick. It's a great product. It's not messy. Glitter gets called the herpes of makeup for a reason, and that's because once you've got it, it just goes everywhere and it can be such a nuisance. So this has seriously changed up the makeup game so much. The only thing that I fault with these, and it seems so simple to me, I'm like, why did you do, like, it, I don't know, to me, I don't understand why they did this, but each shade, while they are a different shade, the actual glitter itself is all the same color. It's all silver glitter. And like, in my mind, that just makes no sense to me. I don't know why. I get it in some of the shades, like why they did that, but I just don't understand why you wouldn't put like black glitter in Molten Midnight, or why you wouldn't put gold glitter in the Gold Goddess. Why would you put silver glitter in Gold Goddess? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And then any look that you apply these to, it's always gonna throw silver. Any flash photography, it's gonna throw silver. So to me, that just doesn't really make sense, and it's probably just something that they didn't, it was a bit of an overthought, but I still love these. I use them all the time. They're super easy to use. If you don't already have one of these in your makeup collection, what you doing? Just go and get one. It's so good. They're so good. So today, I'm actually going to be using Molten Midnight. I haven't really used this in a lot of tutorials, if at all. I don't think I've used this in any tutorials. I always use like Golden Goddess or Kitten Karma or something like that. So I'm going to use the Molten Midnight. And you'll see what I mean. It has silver glitter in it. Ooh, child. See how, even though it's black, it's throwing silver? That's what I mean by they put silver glitter in all of them. It has still made applying glitter so easy. Like, how quick was that? I didn't have to pour glitter out and make a mess. I didn't have to stuff around with glue. You shove it on and you're done. So good, so good. Now I'm going to jump into mascara, and mascara is not something I normally even show myself using on camera, but I actually really want to talk about this mascara because I never thought that I would fall in love with a mascara, especially not one that isn't from the drugstore, because when it comes to mascaras for me, I'm not really like one to spend my money on a mascara just because I'm like, I'm going to wear lashes anyway, whatever. But this year, my favorite mascara has been the Clinique Waterproof Mascara. This is their high impact waterproof mascara. It holds curl really well, which is why I like it. So for days that I'm not wearing lashes and I want my curl to stay longer, this one is really good. It's also waterproof, so it's not gonna run down your face. It is a little bit difficult to remove, but if you just pop a little bit of like coconut oil or any kind of makeup removing balm, you're good to go. It comes off, it's fine. Also, if you're spending a lot of time in the water, like when I was in Hamilton, this was amazing because it just didn't come off, it's waterproof. But yeah, really good mascara. Highly recommend. I never ever thought that I would be raving about mascara, but I don't know, this one just does, it's just good. It holds curl really nicely. Now moving on to the lashes. My favorite lashes of this past year have got to be the Koko Lashes 9 to 5 lash. Now the reason why I like these so much is because they are super, super fluffy and long, but they aren't too dense or heavy, so they're not uncomfortable to wear. And with my hooded eyes, they still allow you to see through them a little bit, like they're not too dense and kind of stop you from being able to see all the work you've done on your lids, but they still give you that fluffiness and that oomph that you want. So these are definitely going to have to be my favorite lashes of this year, and they're also kind of affordable. They're not going to break the bank or anything. They're not like $30. I think they were like $6. So Koko Lashes did me good. Okay, so now that we've got the lashes on, I'm going to jump back into the face. And now I gotta say, for concealer, this was a difficult one for me because I've got one that I really like from the drugstore, and then I've got one that I really like, which is high-end. So I thought I would mention both of them. So the first one is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. And now I did take the lid off mine because I found the sponge super unhygienic and it just grossed me out. So I took it off and I just wind it up and use a brush to apply it. I have been using this one a lot, and particularly to clean up my brows and like a base for my eyelids, and just like an everyday wear because it's a drugstore, it's a little bit more affordable, and I can kind of justify repurchasing it over and over again. Like I don't feel like I'd be too worried if it ran out really quickly, if you get what I mean. But then the one that I'm going to be using today that I absolutely love is the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer. I find this particularly works well with like a dewier foundation. It doesn't really blend as well on a matte foundation, but obviously it works really well with the Born This Way foundation, which I really like as well. But yeah, this one definitely has more of a dewy finish. It doesn't dry down completely matte. I also really like the shade. This is in the shade Light, and I really like that it's kind of got that yellowy undertone, so it really brightens up the under eyes. So whereas the Maybelline Age Rewind definitely dries matte. It's like a super matte finish. Whereas this one is definitely more dewy and kind of gives you more of a glowy finish. Can you see how it's kind of shiny and glowy? I mean, it could also be the primer that I used, but I find that with any foundation, any primer, this one kind of gives off more of a dewy finish. So if you have dry skin, this could be a good one for you. So for cream contour this year, my absolute favorite has got to be the NYX Mineral Stick Foundation. Now, I've talked about it a lot this year, but I don't know why I never kind of realized that using a foundation would just be so easy to blend, which is why I absolutely love this. And it's drugstore, so it's affordable. NYX is a great brand. I love NYX. I originally got introduced to using this product when I went to Melbourne with NYX, and I got to go with my friends here on YouTube, Casey and Hannah. They're like some of my best friends in this whole world, and it was so much fun to go to Melbourne with them and travel with them. But Casey actually told me to use this as a cream contour, and I had never looked back. I was like, oh my god, this is genius. Like, it's funny because I never would have used a foundation as a cream contour. It's kind of like if I got the Ultra HD foundation stick in like the darker shade and started using that as a cream contour. Like, it makes sense when you think about it, but you'd never think to actually do it. And I think because NYX is so affordable, I was kind of like, yeah, we'll give that a go, like why not? And Casey was onto something there. She's a little genius. But yeah, that Melbourne trip was definitely a highlight for me this year, getting to travel for makeup and like for a makeup event and with a brand. It was like a bit surreal. Like, it was really, really fun, and I got to go with two of my best friends on this planet. Casey and Hannah are like awesome to travel with, and I remember coming home after the trip and being like, where are my friends? Like, it's so funny, you travel with people and you're so used to having them around, and then they're not around anymore. Ugh, I miss those girls so much. I wish that we like could just all live together and happily ever after. So for setting powder this year, I have been reaching for the Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder every day. This has been my ride or die. I have been using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder a little bit, and that in previous years has been my '1, but this year, I don't know what it is about this one. It's very finely milled, it just works. I feel like you get a lot in this. Like, this is probably gonna last me another few months. Like, this has not run out that quickly at all, and I use it nearly every day. So even though it's, you know, a high-end product, I still feel like I get a lot out of it. if you know what I mean. Like, you definitely get your money's worth of product. So I just like to press that into the skin. And it also works really well with flashback. Don't have any issues with like getting that white cast over your face. So yeah, if you're looking for a really good setting powder, the Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder is great. Laura Mercier's translucent powder is also really good, but this one for me just took the cake this year. It is no surprise to you guys that I'm going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I've hit pan, but this is definitely my favorite bronzer of this year. I've traveled with it, I've used it every single day, it smells good, it works as not only like a great bronzer, but it's cool enough to be a contour shade as well. Freaking love it. It's just good. Probably gonna be my favorite every year, let's be honest, but like, it blends well, it's just easy to use. I really, really like it. Now, for highlight, this year, it was very difficult to pick a winner, but if I had to pick one highlight, I would say that my favorite this year in terms of how unique the product is, as well as how well it performs, I have to say that the ChromaGLOW palette by Sigma, which launched this year, has been amazing. I freaking loved this palette. I have been reaching for it a lot. I know that a lot of the shades in here for highlighting don't seem very practical, but this palette really inspired me. I used this one on my lips in a tutorial. This one here is a beautiful eyeshadow. If you think about this as a palette and not so much just as highlighters, there is so much you can do with this, and I think it's a really inspiring palette. I don't know, these shades just really inspired me and pushed me out of my comfort zone. When I did this purple lip with this one, everyone was like, oh my god, your lips! If you want to see that tutorial, I'll leave it up here for you guys. But yeah, this palette just really inspired me this year. For actual highlight on the cheeks, I've been using these two shades, which are absolutely stunning. But then this color here is gorgeous as like a peachy lid shade. Like, just think outside of the square. If you're looking for some really beautiful eyeshadows, like shimmery eyeshadows that you might want to do like a spotlight eye with or whatever, this palette is great. The formula of the highlights themselves are really good. I really like them. It's just good. Like, I find that this just looks so beautiful on the skin. It blends out really nicely. It doesn't leave like a stark line on your face. It's like, I don't know, it's just so beautiful. And my favorite brush to apply this with is the Sigma F35 brush. If you guys are ever shopping Sigma, don't forget that you can use my code CHELS10 and it'll get you 10% off. Now for lips. I always swear by Gerard Cosmetics liquid lipsticks, and for the past like 4 or 5 years, they're like the only lipsticks I would ever wear, as well as like the Anastasia liquid lipsticks. But this past year I have fell in love with the liquid lipsticks from Stila. This is their Stay All Day liquid lipstick, and I have the shade Caramello, and it's so freaking good. The smell of this is so yummy. It literally smells like cake batter. It's so, so yummy. The formula of this is perfect. It's not too moussey, it's not too liquidy, it's like the perfect in between. I don't know if you can see this consistency very well, but I don't know, it just applies really nicely, it dries down really nicely, it's comfortable on the lips, it doesn't give you butthole lips, it's just good, and it stays really well through eating and drinking. It'll stay all day, literally, as the name suggests. Stay all day. Caramello is just like a really nice sort of browny nude. It does dry a little bit darker, and it's definitely far out. It's really hard to talk and apply lipstick at the same time. But what I'm trying to say is it's very similar to Pure Hollywood by Anastasia Beverly Hills, but this kind of dries a little bit darker. So it goes on this shade, but then throughout the day you'll kind of see it going a little bit darker, which I'm okay with. I think that it looks nice when it's dried down, but you might not, so keep that in mind. But in terms of formula, I really can't fault it. It's so, so nice on the lips. Now this year I really surprised myself when it comes to lip products, because in the past, not really into lip gloss. I don't like how it's sticky. I don't like that it just comes off like in 20 minutes and you have to reapply it all the time. I didn't really like the finish of it. This year, I'm down with the lip gloss. I've always loved matte lipsticks like this one because it's just easy. You put it on, it stays all day and you don't have to worry about it. But I also didn't really like lip glosses because I thought that my lips didn't quite suit it. Like, it just didn't look good. I didn't look good with lip gloss. Then I met Dr. Naomi. She has literally changed my life when it comes to my lips and lipstick and applying makeup. Dr. Naomi does my lip filler and she is a genius. My lips are more symmetrical. I'm less worried about how lipstick accentuates certain areas of my lips. But yeah, I absolutely love her work. She's amazing. Unfortunately, she's not taking any more clients because she is just so chock-a-block. Like, getting an appointment with her is so hard. But if you do live in Sydney and you want to go somewhere where you feel like you're comfortable there and you trust them and, you know, you're in good hands, definitely go to the Mans. Check out their Instagram or Dr. Naomi's Instagram page. I'll leave them down below for you. Back into what I was saying. I got so sidetracked then, talking about lips. I've fallen in love with lip gloss, and a specific lip gloss, that is. A specific one. This past year, Mecca Maxima has launched their own brand, which is Mecca Max. And one of the products that they launched was their Gloss Boss lip gloss. And honestly, this lip gloss formula is everything I want and more. This shade is stunning as well. It's called It Girl. It's like the perfect pinky nude. And this lip gloss formula is in no way sticky. It doesn't really have a fragrance to it, which I quite like, because then when it kind of gets in your mouth, which I find lip gloss does, it doesn't taste disgusting. Has a good amount of pigment to it without being too thick or sticky, and it also is really hydrating. When I wear this just on its own, I really like it, but as a lip topper as well, really been loving it this year. And last but definitely not least, I'm going to set my face with the Dried Cosmetics Stay All Day Setting Spray. Now, this one is in the scent Watermelon, and good old Casey Rayton got me into these this year as well. I was at her house for, I can't remember why I was at Casey's, but we were having dinner or something, and she had a spare one of these, but it was in the green tea flavor, I'm pretty sure. And she was like, here, just have it, try it. I gave it a go and I really, really like it. This watermelon one is more my scent. Like, I prefer this scent over the other one. This one doesn't burn my eyes. Like the green tea one, I don't know why, it kind of burnt my eyes a little bit, but this one does not do that, and it still gives that same effect. Like, the setting sprays are really, really good. I've tried a lot of setting sprays and some of them I find leave like weird dots all over my face. Other ones, literally, it's just like I may as well have dunked my face in water. The mist isn't very good, but the mist on this one is really fine, and it's, oh, it smells so good. But this one just works. I find it really does set my makeup. It doesn't leave my face feeling like, sometimes if they have too much alcohol in them, I feel like my face feels tight afterwards. Like if you wash your face too much and you strip it from oils, it kind of feels like, do you know what I mean? But this one doesn't do that. I've really been enjoying it, and I would definitely be repurchasing it because this even was a repurchase. So that is it, you guys. That is everything. My favorite products, my most used products, my most recommended products of the past year, 2017. Where'd you go? It feels like it was just over in an instant, but I'm really excited for 2018. I'm hoping that a lot of opportunities are going to come my way. I'm hoping I can grow my channel a little bit more, but to do so, I will need your help. So please subscribe if you haven't already. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. I always leave all my social media handles listed below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your #1 product of 2017 was down in the comments below. I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video, if not sooner. Bye! For bronzer, it's probably no surprise to you guys. I just... oh my god, where did that go? It flew out of my hand. Oh my god. Where the fuck did it go? I literally can't find it. Oh, there it is. How did it end up back over here? Oh. Start again.